Alrighty, well, we're here with Jack Duha. Jack is a certified car nut, as Mr. McGuire would say. And he's brought along his GT40 Tribute.
Right.
You don't call it a clone. Who makes the kit?
It's made by a company called CAV in South Africa. They're now called Autofutura. And
Are they all out of South Africa, or is that the same company that just makes all of them out of South Africa?
No, there's just a lot of talented people down there, and they love these early Fords.
It's weird that South Africa, of all places, would just become the hub of GT40 recreations, and not only that, but Daytona recreations, and I don't know what else. It's South Africa. It's so random.
We clearly don't have the skill in the States here to put something like this together.
We can only build the originals. So when did you get this car?
About 6 years ago.
And
Found it up in Canada, unfinished. A dealer had a few of them, and didn't have time for this one. And I had been I was on a quest to build a car for about 16 to 18 years, but got married and bought a house and had a son in the meantime.
Slowed things down a little for you?
Yeah,
Huge
and
mistakes.
Came across the unfinished car and convinced my wife that if I was ever going to have this dream, this was the way to go. And I already had the drivetrain. It's got a proper small block Ford with a ZF transaxle 5-speed.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was nice pitching to your wife, because that's a...
Well, luckily she came from a car family. Her dad and her brother raced vintage, and they drove Lotus Elites and Austin Healey 3000s. So she came from a car family.
She clearly saw the affliction and knew that she was doomed and figured just let it roll.
That's probably what the attraction was.
Yeah.
And by the way, coming from that kind of family is a double-edged sword, because you can get the, oh, she understood the passion well, or she never wanted to see another fucking car as long as she lived.
Had enough of that crap.
Depending, I guess Dad was a good guy.
It's
if Dad was an a-hole, you wouldn't be able to get this car.
It's all about the balance, right?
So Jack, so you bought it in what condition then?
Well, CAV or Autofutura now, they build these cars what they call Turnkey minus, which is basically everything's done virtually that you see. The cars are painted, everything's fit, they're wired, plumbed. All they're missing is the engine and trans. They're what they call Turnkey minus. And
still took 4 years to get it together. I'm just trying to gauge my own, because I got one sitting in my garage that's Turnkey minus, and I'm into 2 years
right.
now.
No, I feel for you. No, there was a lot more work done to this already, and no, I did have help a few years ago from Dennis Kahn in La Crescenta, Crescenta Valley Ford specialist. He handles a lot of original Cobras and GT40s and Panteras, and I entrusted him to bring the drivetrain together for him, or for me, I should say. I have to admit, this is my first Ford. I held out for this one, but I was kind of a Chevy man before that.
I thought you were say Volvo. And so we're talking before we went on the air. You built the gurney bubble yourself.
Yeah.
Because it does look a little bit different in shape than the traditional gurney bubble.
Right. The originals were probably a little smaller.
Yeah,
and,
they're even a little narrower than this.
Yeah, they were probably hammered out of aluminum too. This one I made in fiberglass, and I didn't want to get into having to blend it to the door, so I did a period attachment similar to how the side glass is installed. And but I needed that extra room for my helmet, otherwise my...
You tall guys have a problem with these cars.
Sure.
So
and you sculpted it out of clay first?
Yeah, I'm actually a senior design sculptor for BMW at DesignWorks USA, which is BMW's North American design studio. And so I've been doing this for quite a few years. Yeah, I just, when I got home in the evenings, took some scrap clay and whipped it out in a week or two, and trimmed it out, fit it, painted it.
Yeah. See, this is the part that the wives don't like. Sweetie, you're missing
kitchen.
the birthday party. Just hold on.
10 more minutes.
Hold on, 10 more minutes messing around with the gurney bubble and the clay in the garage, missing all the kids' formative years and all the memories. Mussing around with some
What they got
clay.
videotape for?
Hey, can I ask you this? I don't know how much pull you have over there at BMW, but I want the M Coupe brought back. Now, it's a weird name because they already have an M Coupe, which is an M3, but the M Coupe...
You want the groovy
gooly mobile brought back. I love that little shitty car. Everyone hates it. Sandy hates it.
No.
Donnie's mixed on it. I need a gurney bubble for that car because I'm too big for that
It's a great driving car, but I can't get behind the station wagon.
I love the weird little hatchback and the deep dish rims on the back. It was the quickest BMW for a while.
Yeah, well, the
coupe.
last year they installed the European spec M3 engine in it, and
Yeah, the last year of it, yeah, but it was still missing like 20 horsepower or something. It was detuned marginally,
possibly, yeah.
And it only had the 5-speed instead of the 6-speed, but it was more expensive than the M3.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but bring that car back, would you? I don't know how much juice you got, but I miss that little car. All right, so let's get back to this car. This is a BMW Color, I hear, although it looks very period correct and 40 to me.
Le Mans Blue, BMW Le Mans Blue is the color, and I couldn't have done better picking it myself, but I was lucky the car was already painted in this color, and I thought about doing a graphic theme similar to the Golf cars with the mustache.
It's
stripe.
overdone. Nobody needs that Golf. Nobody needs that Golf scheme.
But not in those colors, but dark blue and white as opposed to all that. But I decided to go for kind of a gentleman racer look. And I applied the graphics as you see, the meatballs and the side stripe.
Gentleman racer, boy, that is a contradiction.
Yeah.
I mean, to drive a car like this on the road today, especially in Los Angeles, is such a thrill and such a privilege, and it really is incredible.
Well, what size rims we got on here, Jay?
15s. They're the original period spec sort of size. Yeah, BRM style, 6-spoke knockoff.
15 by
10s in the rear and 15 by 8s in the front. So, I mean, the car, it's a Mark I narrow body type body. Which is from the purest standpoint, the original GT40. So the car would actually look correct with Barani wires. But
oh, really?
Yeah, but it wouldn't look bad. Let's say that.
But between the competition outlet for the radiator and some of the grill work back here and on the back of the car and the 6-spoke BRMs, the car's kind of got a little bit of a upgrade, feel to it. And of course, the Gurney bubble on the roof for helmet clearance.
And so we got a small block Ford in here.
It's a
3.
I'm sorry.
You tell me. You tell me what it is.
It's 30 over 302. It's actually a 347 now. It's a board and stroke 302. And
can we look at it?
Sure, I'll open it up right now.
I think it's called a bonnet when it's in the back.
I think I released the lowers already. We just have to do it together on the top. Pull these. Yep. The great thing about these CAV cars in Auto Futura now is they do the tubs, the monocoque tubs in stainless steel. So all the original cars were made with mild steel, and they didn't worry about rust prevention. So a lot of original cars have a lot of rust in them and are kind of dangerous at times. This car is fully stainless steel monocoque tub chassis, stainless steel exhaust.
Love them bundle of snakes. Is that a Holly double pumper there on a high rise?
On a high rise? Wait a minute, get Megan Fox here.
I'll have to admit I don't quite have the budget for a set of Webers, even though they look fantastic on the car. But reliability is there. So
yeah, I mean the Webers look good, but they probably don't work any better than this unless you're going over 200 miles an hour.
And they probably don't work any better anywhere. That's just me being
negative.
And
the speed limit's what they are.
They sound bitchin', they look bitchin', but let's face it.
What really counts is what comes out that exhaust, and it sounds really good. Especially this bundle of snakes exhaust has a different sound than any other type of car. So it's quite the time machine with not being able to roll down the windows. Once you're locked into this thing.
Yeah, I was asking.
I'm looking at a receiver dryer over here, by the way.
For the air conditioning.
Means you got air going in this baby.
Yeah, and being that the car's all brand new, that then they're off-the-shelf components from from different manufacturers all over the world, including BMW.
And so the air works.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
your 2-inch porthole window.
With the temperature the way it is today, and out here in Southern California, it could get a little warm in this car driving around, especially with no windows. And if small block Ford sitting right, well, you're essentially leaning against it.
Yeah.
So we got the, now I'm guessing the radiator I'm looking at now, what do they call radiators now? Heat dispersers or
something? Heat exchange.
Heat exchange. Yeah. The heat exchange here with the electric fan, that's for the
AC.
That's for the AC.
AC, right.
Right, put that there. And up front we have the heat exchange for the engine block and an oil cooler somewhere.
No, I'm not running an oil cooler on it.
What the?
That's some of the you got to give to get a little. You got to give up the oil cooler for the AC room.
Right.
Not a lot of room under here.
My goal was to be able to drive this car on the street and take it to work.
And how's it run temperature-wise?
It runs so cool. I mean, I hardly even bump the gauge with some of the local driving.
And what kind of horsepower are we talking about here?
It's actually quite mild. It's only got the hydraulic roller camshaft at E303, and so it's a performance cam, but it's only about 10 to 1, 10.5 to 1. So 300 horsepower, maybe 350, but the car only weighs 2,300 pounds.
Yeah. Let me say this, and I'll say it out loud so Sandy will hear it. Because, and I'm going to say it so I can hear it as well. It's going to get a little cathartic. Jack, you're right. Ultimately, you're right. Because Sandy and I are very much into, let's go with 13 to 1 compression and only run on aviation fuel. And
it smells better. That's the only reason.
That air conditioning pump is robbing 2.5 horsepower from the crank on a 630 horsepower engine. And let's go with the Weber setup that we can never synchronize and all that kind of crap. But the end result to all this is it's a pain in the ass. It's really expensive. It's super loud.
We'll be tuning while he's driving.
And you really can't. It's totally impractical, and you can't drive it. This is 300 reliable, starts every time, air conditioning. Yeah, car that's under 2,400 pounds. This car's plenty fast enough. And you get to go out and enjoy it instead of sit home and synchronize Webers.
Yeah,
so I think your semi-pathetic, apathetic approach to this vehicle is serving you well, my friend. And again, the oil cooler, let's face it, we all like to talk about an oil cooler, but if the car's not overheating, who the hell needs an oil cooler?
If you're not racing it and pulling a trailer,
Well, there's no races for these kind of cars anymore, really. And, just going out and scaring yourself, it's very easy to do in a lot of cars.
Yeah, and you can do it in this car.
Oh, absolutely.
So
it rides nice, too. We went around through Burbank, Glendale up last time you brought it in, and it's nice. It's just low to the ground.
Being able to bring it here and share it with you is, part of the joy of owning this car.
Yeah, being able to drive it here.
Yeah, no trailer here for this.
The last time I took it to Willow for the Cobra Club event I participated in, I drove it there. So,
wow, with the air conditioning on?
Yeah.
Man.
Up to Willow Springs.
Wow. All right, shall we take a look at what's under the front bonnet, hood, whatever?
We could.
And then, I guess we'll fire it up, too.
Okay. You definitely got to get a fire up on this one.
Yeah. Using a nickel to...
The quarter?
A nickel on this time. First thing I grabbed. I apologize if it's a bit dirty.
No,
it's a driver.
Like it's a driver. So I have the master cylinder up here. And
power brakes, too.
Power brakes.
Power brakes. You can see more of the stainless chassis. You can see
the vacuum assist there, yeah.
See the nice TIG welding work that's been done.
Yeah, I love the stainless.
I remember, I think before Auto Futura took them over, looking online at the stainless steel chassis, because I love that. The old GT40s are bitch and handmade, but they're all, it's just mild steel. The stainless steel is like, wait a minute.
Right.
Well, what suspension components do they use on these cars?
These PBR brakes, the uprights, I actually have upgraded the car with fabricated uprights from a gentleman up in Canada named Ian Clark, who's a Canadian importer for these cars. And he offers a slew of upgrades for the car. But the geometry and the setup of the car is as per original. So it's basically a clone of an original car with a few modifications for simplicity and
usability.
And the rack and pinion steering comes from?
That I can't say offhand. I don't know.
Sandy will tell us. But it's just saying Opel.
There you go.
No one ever argues with you.
Mustang 2 manual.
Right, possibly. But the one thing you can maybe...
Fordham Zero, by the way.
I appreciate about the cars, the off-the-shelf components that you see. I mean, these aren't rebuilt bits. They're things from current
It's the way to
vehicles.
go. It's the way to go. No doubt about it.
There's a lot of guys that try to do and a lot of the original GT40 parts have been floating around, and guys trying to put their original cars back together, and it's almost like the model kit full scale.
Yeah.
And I almost hate that because they can never drive it because it's just too freaking nice.
Yeah, I mean, their original cars are $1 million.
Starting at $1 million.
Plus some of them, obviously.
One thing I like about this vehicle here, I don't seem to see on all of them, but maybe I'm making this up. Is the big Ford on the front of all of them?
No, that's something
Customer choice.
Yeah, it's something I've added.
I like it. Ganz, you're going to do that on yours?
Yeah, no. I have a Golf one. Why would I go with
Ford
something
emblem.
different?
I like the Ford emblem on the front.
I
I
fail
noticed it
for
from across the
originality.
parking lot, and I thought, wait a minute, is that on all of them? I like it.
Well, I appreciate what the Ford guys
matches the
did
scheme.
to build this car originally and design this car, and
Yeah, he has a Cobra with a Chevy Big Block in it. It's about 80 feet in front of us. So if you just want to know where his,
So I should get a Chevy, a gold Chevy emblem for the front.
Listen, I appreciate Jack, and he knows where his bread is buttered. He pays homage to the great Ford family. Shall we fire it up?
Sure.
And see what it sounds like? Curious how heavy this is. Oh, it's got a pneumatic thing on that.
yeah, a little bit of an assist. I
Yeah,
had two of them, but
good
one was
idea.
interfering, so I had to remove it. But.
Jack, you're a lot of man for this car, I got to tell you.
It's my gauge. Yeah.
Nice. You put it down, or
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, push it closed.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah, the sound inside the car when you're running, the on-ramps are spectacular, and they're
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of fun.
Getting up on the
Yeah,
on-ramps,
then just merge with traffic and sit back and hope nobody hits you while they're trying to take pictures with their cell phone cameras.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad you're married, Jack. You could get laid in this baby.
Well, it's an interesting thing. It's almost like driving a Batmobile.
Yeah.
You feel very conspicuous.
Hit a couple more revs on that.
Yep.
Really cool cars, if you're single, would get you laid. If you're married, can get you divorced. It's a weird dichotomy, you know what I mean? I mean, you could
Maybe
easily
you're
get...
trying to get them for the same reason.
Oh, it's interesting. Well, as long as you get the car after the divorce, then you
guess
can
that's
get
a
laid
problem,
again.
yes.
But it's weird. What could ruin a relationship when you're together is what's going to get you a blowjob as soon as you're apart. Never thought about that. Jack, this has been a treat for us. I do, and again, she's no trailer queen.
Nope. Driven here.
Driven here, hair blowing from the air, icy cold air blowing from
No
one
cup
of the many
holders,
vents,
though.
and no cup holders.
Well, actually,
Oh, there is. Oh,
well, when
wow.
the door is closed, the strap,
The strap.
provides
Strap is a cup holder.
provides a great cup holder.
I love the limit strap on that thing. It's really it's kind of like what they'd have on suspensions.
Same as a Ford van.
Right.
There you go. No, it's really well done.
Yeah. 5-speed, by the way.
5-speed.
Yeah,
5-speed ZF.
Yeah.
Looks great, and again, just the practical part of it, where you can just go out and drive it. You can go to Chief Auto Parts and just about fix anything that's on it, or sometimes an HVAC warehouse. Get a couple of parts from that place and fix a car up too. Jack, a pleasure, and hang out and have a hot dog.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks for coming out again. Appreciate it.